Right, how are you all? Love to everybody. This video is going to be about what's currently happening with the BLM movement, what many would call Black Lives Matter. My views may be met well or met not very well. But that doesn't matter. As long as you speak your truth, that's all that matters. So I'm not here to condone anybody that is marching or protesting at the moment, but I am here to give my view on those people. Now, before we get into that, I must share with you what black means. It is an adjective, it's not a noun, okay? And it implies civilita mortuus. Civilita mortuus. And that means dead in the eyes of the law. Dead in the eyes of the law. Now, with that being said, for the duration of this video, I will not be using the word black. It doesn't serve our people. The English language is corrupt. I will go into more detail about that in another video. But for now, you must know the word black and why, and you know, you're using it a lot, so you must know what it's about. Civilita mortuus means dead in the eyes of the law. And when you break down words, I'm going to use two very prolific words that are within the melanated community. You have the word black. You break it down. It is be lack. Yeah? To lack. It's not an accident. Yeah? Bless. Be less. We're not here to be less. We're not here to be lack. We were Moors. Yeah? The originals. The Moors. So we're here to be more. We're not here to be less. We're not here to be lack. So understand that. Turn that around in your head a few times. And then start to reconsider if you're going to be using these words anymore. Take my word for it. Don't take my word for it. What I will say going forward is do your own research. Do not take what I say for gospel. Some of this will resonate with people straight away. And, you know, you'll just fly with it and you'll notice a difference in your life straight away. Other people will question this and think that I'm just saying this for my own good. Yeah? Well, believe what you want to believe. I'm here for the people. I'm here for myself, first and foremost. That's the only reason I can be here for the people. So, I want you to ask yourself, have you sorted out your own home first before going to march, before going to protest? Because what I do know is that there are a lot of people fighting each other, a lot of melanated people fighting each other. Yes, you can say that this is all by design. I'm not here to dispute that at all. But from the moment you say that it's all by design, you must understand that you know. And if you know, it means that you must know that you've got changes to make. To look outside for change, to look outside of your house for change, to look outside of your home, to look outside of yourself for change. Is not the step you make when you want change. I can only talk from experience. There will be many other people that will agree with me, many other people, many other melanated people. Did you leave your home on those days in good terms with your wife, with your mother, with your father, with your children, with your flatmate? Or did you leave that unharmonious, or did you leave that situation unharmoniously and then go and protest about peace? Did you leave your area? Did you leave your area code where there was maybe a killing or a fight between two of your brothers and sisters? Did you leave that to perpetrate? Did you leave that to get worse and then go and protest? Or did you stay for your community and did you try and help that out? Did you try to get to the bottom of that? I'll just leave those questions with you. Now, BLM, I can appreciate what the message is. And where some people may be coming with it. But you must understand that the moment you say, I'm going to use it one more time, Black Lives Matter, is to instantly, subconsciously insinuate that they don't matter, that they do not currently matter, and you're wanting that to change. Now, to me, to many people I know, they are mattering, and we are making change. We are making so much change, so much progress, in fact, that we have to be distracted from that. We were actually supporting each other more than ever. Businesses were rising as a whole, let me say, not just melanated. As a people, we were rising. Yeah, there are pockets of people around that will remain and that will choose ignorance and prejudice. Yeah. And I'm not going to use the word racism because racism doesn't exist, because there is one race. That's the human race. Yeah. So that's a system. The word didn't even exist forever. Yeah. So you're buying into a system when you're saying that word. It's ignorance. That's all it is. And ignorance is and prejudice, and prejudice is a result of ignorance. So when you're ignorant, when you're prejudiced and you're ignorant, you are the real victim. Those people that are ignorant and prejudiced, they are the real victims because they suffer from lack of knowledge. And when you have lack of knowledge, your vibration is nowhere near as high as it should be. That's a beautiful tree. Are you looking after yourself? If melanated lives matter so much, why would you bleach your hair? Why would you change the color or manipulate your hair if melanated lives really mattered? Why would you not appreciate the melanin and what it is giving you? If melanated lives really mattered, why would you consume alcohol? That's a poison. Why would you poison your melanated body if it really mattered? Why would you smoke? Some new knowledge that has just come across my path is weed. It reduces your melanin. Go and look it up. I'm not saying to believe me. This is new. This is actually new for me. What I know, I must share. Yeah, what I find out and what resonates with me and what becomes a part of my truth, I must share. And you can go and do your own research, and if it's cool, if it resonates with you, great. Yeah, weed, it heals when you are consuming it the right way. But anything you burn is toxic. But that's another video, that's another conversation. Why would you do this to yourself if melanated lives mattered? Why would you put yourself in front of a TV? Why would you put your children in front of a TV if melanated lives mattered? When it is nearly common knowledge now that the television isn't there for the people. Furthermore, it is systematically designed to bring down, of all people, melanated people. So why would you give it your time? If melanated lives mattered so much, why would you still consume the food of the people that you are complaining about, the people that you are accusing of destroying our people? Why would you protest and then go to KFC afterwards? Why would you protest and go to your Burger King or your McDonald's? And when you're consuming McDonald's, you're consuming children. And that's another topic. Won't get into that now. Who owns Subway? Who owns KFC? Who owns McDonald's? And beyond that, this food is not for your body. If you haven't watched anything yet, I'm going to refer you to something to watch. The Post-Traumatic Slave Diet. Go and check it out. It's a great watch. It's about 2.5 hours long. Worth it. Every single second. Breaks it down. Now, for as long as you're consuming the food of your oppressor, how can you expect change? And how does the melanated life really matter to you, if that's what you are contributing to? It's time to educate yourself, like really on your history. Don't just go back as far as slavery. That's all that certain people want us to know about. It goes much deeper than that. It goes much further than that. Yeah? Our earth is, there are people talking about the world being, 30 billion years old. Yeah? Whether that's exaggerated or not, it's irrelevant. It's a long time. It's definitely much longer than 400, 500 years. You're not gonna know about yourself if you're just going as far back as that. Yeah? Go back. I'll talk later on about how you can do that. I'll talk in another video about them kind of things. But you've got to understand that if you're only going back 400 or 500 years, then you're far away from the truth. Now, what I'm going to say may be controversial to some people. This is just what I feel, based on my knowledge, based on what resonates with me. Now, if it is well known that melanated, like everybody on the earth was melanated at one point. If that is the case, if that is the narrative that you're going with, I'm not saying that is true. I'm just saying, kind of resonates with me. And a lot of people are a big advocate of this notion. And if you believe in karma and reincarnation, this is just for those people. Yeah, and I say it because it accounts for a lot of people. Yeah, if you believe in karma, if you believe in reincarnation, then it would make sense to you that the universe is not personal, right? What goes round must come back round, and that's it. So if the majority of the earth was melanated for a very long time, then it would make sense to me that the first people to violate nature were melanated people. What this brings me to is everything happens as it's supposed to happen. And that I resonate. I know that there is something much higher, whether you call it the Most High, whether you call it God, whether you call it the universe. But I trust that no mistakes have been made. I do trust that. And along with that trust allows me to know that anything that I don't like, I must look within myself first to see if I am doing everything that is in line with nature. And if there is just one thing that is not in line with nature that I'm doing, whether that be consuming animals, because that is not in line with nature, and whoever tells you that is a liar, that's factual, yeah? Animal products do not raise your vibration, okay? I'm not gonna step back on this one. Your hair should not be manipulated with. You shouldn't be drinking alcohol. That one's common sense. You shouldn't be smoking. And when it comes to sounds and frequencies, you do know that it's good to be around good frequency, good sounds, good energy. So when you're listening to that drill thing and your trap and all that monotone rubbish, and you've got the lyrics that incite crime and violence and all them thing there, yeah, maybe, yeah, great. It's these people's experiences. Doesn't mean you must play this stuff around your children, because the subconscious takes on a lot, and you are irresponsible if this is what you're doing. All that pop music, be careful what pop music you're listening to. If you're not trying to be meditating, to be sitting still with yourself, all these things, yeah? If you're eating more savory than fruit, doesn't make any sense. You're not in line with nature. And the real history, yeah, when you go back and you do your real history research, that will let you know. Go further back, go further back. Now, regardless of whether what you believe, who funds BLM, all of that sort of stuff, it's irrelevant actually. Based on everything I've just mentioned in this video, it's irrelevant who funds BLM. It's irrelevant. Do you know why? Because melanated lives do matter. They have always mattered. And they matter just as much as my brethren who is not melanated, who has been there for me more than any of my melanated people. Yeah, I say it to you like that. Yeah. So change has happened, because before, oh look, that was a rabbit. Because before, people were not able to say them kind of things. You wasn't able to say my melanated Caucasian friend. I mean, sorry. You see it there? See what happens when I start talking too fast? But actually, that makes sense. You know, some of your Caucasian friends, they're melanated in the soul, you know. You just know that they got that soul. You start to question if actually they were melanated in a last life, you know, because of the way they bump and grind to that music. But anyway, let me not get distracted. It was the rabbit distracted me. So they've always mattered. And right now, you're screaming unity. But you're also chanting and I'll use it last time, Black Lives Matter. You're chanting that with fear. You're chanting it with doubt. You're chanting it in a very low vibration, with a low vibrational word, a very low vibrational word. Black implies civilita mortus, which means dead in the eyes of the law. So every time you chant the word black, you are literally saying, dead in the eyes of the law, lives matter. Doesn't make sense. You really cannot be expecting too much change. Yeah? You got people chanting, I can't breathe. No justice, no peace. Do you know how powerful words are? Do you know how powerful the spells of the English language are? Spells, that's right, yeah? That's why they're called spellings, yeah? So what you say, anything that comes out of your mouth, you are casting a spell. This tree's beautiful. You are casting a spell. So imagine thousands, tens of thousands of people chanting, I can't breathe, with a mask on, may I say, as well. Can you imagine what kind of energy that is bringing to Mother Nature? What kind of energy that's perpetrating for your children on a subconscious level? It's nonsensical. And we've really got to start checking ourselves. We've really got to start checking ourselves. Okay? So, don't be chanting these things. Because to chant, I can't breathe, implies that you are not breathing. And that something really bad, I feel, is going to be around the corner if we keep chanting those things. If you keep screaming, no justice, no peace, do you think it makes sense that there will be justice and that there will be peace? No, there will not be no justice, there will be no peace. Get back to nature. Because that's all that matters, really. It's all within you. All the answers are within you. Of course you matter. It goes without saying. Yeah, it goes without saying. You do not need to say that you matter in order to matter. Yeah, that's standard. But start treating yourself like you matter. And until you start treating yourself like you matter, don't expect to matter by those that you're asking change from. Check yourself. Check the food you're eating. Check how you're treating your hair. Check how you're treating your body. Don't consume poison. Check the music you're listening to. Check the people that you're surrounded by. Yeah? It's a very important one. And educate yourself on the real history. You're more, you're not less. You're more, you're not lack. Go back home and sort it out. Much love to everyone. 30 minutes. If you're still here, thank you very much. If you're not, we'll see what happens. I'll be back with some more videos, some more insight. These are just my thoughts, okay? Do not take anything I've said for gospel. Do your own research. And do not take offense to anything that I've said. You don't have to be offended, so don't choose to be. I'm just giving you my truth, and love is truth. Yeah, truth is love. One more thing. Something else I just wanted to address real quick. There's this idea that now people should spend their money just with melanated businesses. For me, there's no sense in this, because not everybody spends their money wisely. So now we're living on a new earth, if you know it or not, okay? And this new earth is all about peace and harmony. Peace and harmony does not consist of consuming things that contribute to disharmony. So that goes for the food that you consume, that goes for the clothes that you are wearing. It even goes for this phone that I'm using right now. Yeah. Do I know that there was no slave labor that had gone in to the phone that I'm using? You know, this is something that I'm living with right now, and I'm looking to be making changes on that. And I'm not expecting no changes to come outside of me when I'm not even changing that, first of all, you know? So there's an example of me looking at myself to be making change before trying to look outside for change, you know? But back to the notion of spending your money in melanated business. Nah, there's people that are doing good, there's people that are doing bad. There's no point in putting your money, especially if you are living an ethical lifestyle, into a business where the people that own that business are then going to go and spend that money on their McDonald's, their Burger King, their KFC, their, you know, all of those animal products where they've come from torture and stress, you know, and then people that are going to go and buy their clothes from companies that contribute to child labor, you know, slave labor and all of that sort of stuff. There's no point. That's literally going against everything that you're standing for, which is peace, which is harmony, which is happiness, you know. So not every person that is melanated thinks wisely. So it doesn't make sense to do that. I got friends that have businesses. Am I going to support them just because they're melanated? No. I got to know their psyche. I got to know, you know, where do I think that money's going to go towards? Are they trying to live an ethical lifestyle? Are they trying are they really, like, you know, really trying to make change? The answer's not most of the time, actually. Some of the time is, and I say it's not most of the time anymore because I've changed the people I surround myself with. So it's been really good, and I can actually happily say that majority of the people that I know actually do live as ethically as they can, as mindfully as they can. And all of you people Again, I'm not going to use white, I know Caucasian, whatever, but you're not responsible. Yeah, yeah, your pops or your granddad or your great granddad or whatever may be responsible, but you're not responsible. You don't. Some majority of you don't have a bad bone in your body. Yes, it's good. Go and learn the history. Yeah, if anything's come out of this, it's good that people are going to check the history, know where they come from, know where their people come from. That's beautiful. Yeah, but to protest and march and all this, to go out in numbers, and congregate all together as one in a city, be all squashed up together, when you've got the so-called businesses that you want to support out there now empty and not turning over any peas because you're all huddled up together in one place. Nah, doesn't make sense. Let's continue as we were. Let's support each other. Let's support each other's businesses. It doesn't matter where people are from. Let's just support them. If they're trying to do a thing, support the cause. That's what we were doing. We were doing that abundantly. We were supporting each other's business. We were going there, even if we didn't have enough, even if we didn't have too much money, we were going to spend our last £10, £5 on somebody's food, on somebody's clothing brand or whatever, just because we know how important it is to support people, to support one another. We already knew it. We didn't need to be reminded. And those that didn't know, they would have found out anyway. Yeah? So, that should really have cleared up everything. I think I've covered everything. If I haven't, I'm sure some of you may have a question and you may want me to answer it. But I try to do this as free-flowed as possible. No script. And this is it so far. So, absolute love. Enjoy life, man. Enjoy life. And love yourself, first and foremost.